guess who I have as a guest today from one of my favorite reality shows, Too Hot to Handle. Isaac is here, and we're going to get into it. Isaac, I'm so happy you're here. I don't watch reality TV except Too Hot to Handle and Love Island.
Love Island.
I love the both of those shows. I just love that. I can't help it. And
That's all you need to watch, I feel like. Love Island, Too Hot to Handle. That's
so
it.
Good.
Well, I was only on Too Hot to Handle. I was on Love Island.
Yeah, but how did you get on Too Hot to Handle? Like, what happened? Were you casted or they found you on Instagram?
Well, so yeah, it was a mix of both of those. So basically, they DM you, and then you kind of just apply. After they DM you, they say, hey, like, fill this out. I thought it was a scam at first, to be honest.
Yeah,
because it's just like some random person saying they're just a casting producer for like a show, and then you're like, okay, I've never really done this before. And I was
you were modeling or nothing?
Yeah, I was.
He's a giant, by the way. So if you watch the show and you think he's like 5'10", he's like 6'6".
Yeah, so before, 6'4" and a quarter.
He shocked the fuck out of me. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, you're right though. Everyone says when they meet me in person, they thought I was like 5'10" or something. But
you shocked me. I was like, oh my god, because on TV, I feel like with reality stars, and I met so many of them, I feel like everyone's better looking in person. All the girls are 10 times prettier in person. Was it like that for the show you were on? Or no? Or they look the same?
Well, I met them like when I was like hopping on the show. So it was like at the same time. But after seeing the show, no, they look kind of similar, I feel like. Same. Yeah. But I was probably biased because of, how they treated me and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're going to get into how everyone treated
But yeah,
you.
to go back to your question, yeah, I was, they DM you and then you apply, and then the interview process is so tedious. It's terrible. You have to like...
Why?
I'll tell you right now. So
you get interrogated?
Well, yeah, one, you get interrogated. Like, I basically should have given them like my social security number. But I did my first interview for Too Hot to Handle when I was 22. The show didn't air until I was almost 25. I was like 24 and a little bit.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. I waited the longest out of any Netflix show ever. I think it was 18 months. It was a year and a half.
Wait, why was it so long? So you film and it took them a long time to air it?
Yeah, so yeah, they DM, apply, and then I went through a bunch of interviews, finally got on the show, which was January 2022, and then went back to my old job for a year and a half, and then you have to like wait.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you have to wait for a year.
And then people are like, how could you do that? You're like, what? That was like fucking 40 years ago.
Yeah, but you have to like keep it a secret and stuff too. So you have to...
That I know all about, and it's very hard and annoying.
Impossible. Not even hard, it's impossible.
No, I know.
Because...
How about with family?
Well, I told I'm sort of like a person that doesn't really like to say things unless it's concrete. So like, I was still living with my parents at the time, so I like didn't tell them I was flying out to Turks and Caicos until like a week before I was going.
Oh,
yeah, I told them
you don't
like...
want to jinx it?
Yeah, kind of.
It's
like kind of like that, but
no,
it's also like...
I'm like that too.
Yeah. It's also like I don't want to tell people if it's still sort of up in the air. Even if it's like 90%, I want to wait till it's like 100%. But yeah, so told them, went on the show. That was January 2022. And then you just have to... I also learned that a lot of people say a lot of things. So like I told like my 3 closest friends, I told my family of course, but I told my 3 closest friends, and then I think like he told his girlfriend, and then after that it was over. It was like I would have people, like the show wasn't even out yet for like another year, and I would have people like coming up to me that like I haven't talked to in like 2 years. I'd see out at a bar and they'd be like, yo, good shit, I heard you got on blah blah, and I was like, what? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I didn't know like the reach.
You were gonna tweet it or something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You also have to sign an NDA and do all that stuff.
Know.
So, yeah.
I know, but it's almost impossible, especially with family. I don't know what these people are thinking. Like we live like we're Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? We're not in a cave. They're like, don't tell anybody you're doing anything. All right, I'll see you later, mom. Just going nowhere for like 2 weeks. See you later on a boat.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
So yeah, they also want you to just do everything at like the click of a button. So I mean, I worked at a bank at the time, so they got a call. I got a call, and I was just like, they were like, yeah, we want you to be on the show but they actually didn't tell me I was 100% on it even when they called me. They were like, we want to fly you out, but there's also a chance you might not get on it. Like, because of like COVID and stuff, so we have to bring like extra people.
Oh, it was during COVID.
Yeah, it was like 2022 when
I
COVID
keep
was still
forgetting. You said
was
it
still
was
relevant.
So long ago.
So I was like, what do you mean I'm not gonna like possibly not get on the show? And then I went anyway. Of course, I'm not gonna like give that up.
No.
So then I finally went, and then you're in 10 days. We had to quarantine too. Like, this is how long ago it was. We had to quarantine for 10 days before we went into like.
That's sick.
Yeah. So each person, so it was 14 people total, in a different villa, separate villa, 14 different villas, with a chaperone. My chaperone's name was also Isaac, which is funny too.
No way.
From the same
That's weird.
city too, Manchester,
You're lying.
England. Yeah. I was
That's
born
where
in
you're
England.
from?
Yeah, I was born in England.
Oh, you don't seem like it.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
you're
well, I
like
don't
a
have
New
the
Yorker.
accent.
Yeah.
But it came out a little bit in the show, actually. But
I didn't pick up on it. I picked up on you though.
yeah.
I knew your ass was doing everything you did. I was like, I don't know how the fuck they're shocked about this shit. I saw it like
What do
this
you mean?
in
What
a
do you mean?
minute. And
Elaborate.
believe me when I tell you, this is not an insult. And I know you probably took a lot of heat from women.
Oh, so much.
Oh.
Oh, so
But
much.
I mean, those are really like, I'm older, so I also grew up with a lot of boys around me. So I had an older brother. I played on his soccer team growing up, 14 boys. All my cousins, I have a big family. I'm Albanian, lots of cousins, lots of guys around me. So I was used to what a guy really is. I was not used to what girls were like. When I was thrown into hanging out with girls, I was like, this is fucking boring. But when it comes to guys, and I had an ex-boyfriend that like every Wednesday I had to find out who he cheated on me with. That was like the game.
Oh, I wasn't that
wonder
bad. I
who-
wasn't that bad. I wasn't that bad. I wasn't
No, you are that bad, but you were just on a show. It was a short period of time. But when I saw you, I was like, this kid don't give a fuck. There's certain people that care that don't. But when it came to the girl Courtney, I knew that you were going to take mad heat for the whole Courtney thing.
Yep.
But again, you're so young. You're having so much fun. You're on an island. Listen, I know I'm probably going to take heat for saying this shit too, because I know how girls are. But this is just the way I am and the way I look at things, okay?
Yeah.
So, because I'm a realist. At your age, how old are you?
25.
When you did the show?
23.
Okay. You're 23. They want you to be not hooking up, to get in a serious relationship. The show is made because everybody's a good-looking bastard. Everyone's thrown there with no fucking clothes on. The whole world is watching it, and they want you to be in a serious relationship, which is comical. But at the same time, some people may be really looking for that, but not you, Isaac.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you this though. So, if you knew a guy for only like 6 days, would you really care, like, if you were to leave him?
I didn't get to that part yet.
Yeah.
That's another thing. How the hell does anyone take that seriously?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I
But
would've
at the same
never.
time, like I had
6 days. 6 days
Yeah.
is like, that's not normal. That's that's nothing.
Yeah. So people
But
don't.
is it because it bothers them because because on the show you have to share a bed with someone or you might leave the show? You had that guy Drake was like a cop. There's always one that's like a cop. You
I
look
just
it
got
up,
off
you
the phone
look
with him
it-
before
But those, he's funny as hell. But those are the ones that are not with somebody, so of course they become like a cop. On all the seasons they do that. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Yes. You find out that a lot of the seasons have like the same characters. So you have like the player, and then like the detective, and
The
then,
one that breaks every rule, and
Yeah.
then the one that gets kicked off. Let's go back
Yours
to
truly,
Courtney.
yours truly, yours
So
truly.
what happened with Courtney? Like, did you end up talking to her after, or did she end up saying, like, I didn't take it that seriously and blah, blah, blah?
Well, I think it changed now because they didn't really want people to talk about it like as soon, which I always thought was whack. I hated that. Like, if you say the truth of what happened, they like don't want you to say that. I thought that was like,
But
that's like free speech, I feel like, but
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah, but now that it's been so long, I feel like I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, so basically, they cut out a lot of stuff, by the way. So I don't know if you know like the workshops, right? Well, you watch it, right? So the workshops.
I love it.
Yeah. So the first workshop we did, they actually completely cut it out. So that was like one of the main reasons I left Courtney, but they cut it out because they wanted like me to look more like it was like kind of like that.
Like you were just
Like I
being
just
a
left out of
scumbag?
the blue, yeah.
Oh, but you had like a workshop where people would have picked up on that.
Yeah. So then the whole time I was also saying like I was into Hannah as well, which is the last girl I was with. Like the whole time I was saying that.
Hannah
like,
was pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, Courtney was pretty. She was pretty. They
Well,
were all
no,
pretty.
they're all gorgeous.
Everybody's
Yeah,
pretty.
they're all gorgeous.
If
Yeah,
I
they're
was
all
a guy, I'd jump on that show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Not for me personally, but if I was a guy, I'd be like, I want to be on this fucking show. I'd be sending my pictures over there.
You got to, right?
How could you not? I don't understand. Then I see girls are like, how could you do that? And I'm like, oh, Drita, mind your business. I feel like being like, are you fucking bugging? You know how young they are? They're all good looking. Everybody's there. Louis a disaster. He can't get it together. Then they bring, he's the best. No, disaster's a compliment. Then he'll go on the other show. He did the same thing on the other show, and they're like,
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be a good example.
oh, it cracks me up. I crack up. I mean, I'm also not the girl, but it cracks me up.
Yeah, the new season, and then they bring him in, and then he just does the
So
same thing.
then
It's
they
funny.
skipped the workshop. It would have made you look a little better, but
Yeah, but I'll explain it better. So basically, yeah, I was with her, and then we had this workshop, and it was where I could go in depth about it, but like basically, long story short, is like it was the vegetable workshop, which has been done. I don't know if it's been done previously or not, but basically, I'm blindfolded, and then I would give her like instructions. I would say like, yo, I want crunchy, but like soft, but like not this, and blah blah blah. You give her like instructions of what food you want,
Okay.
and she had like a plate of food to give to people, and we were doing this on the sand, and I said like I don't like watermelon and I don't like chocolate, and she gave me like both of those.
she gave you a chocolate covered
and
watermelon.
then yeah, basically yeah, it was like
and that was over. You were like, fuck
yeah,
this,
I was trying
gotta
to say
get
like
Hannah.
our communication was bad, like we were kind of screwing up on different things.
He's like, what'd she give you?
Watermelon with chocolate on it.
It really was? I was
No,
being
yeah,
funny.
No. Yeah,
That's
no,
hilarious.
Actually, yeah. That workshop, by the way, was absolutely hilarious too. But yeah,
All the workshops are
Yeah,
hilarious.
they cut it out. Well, the last workshop I didn't even get to see because I was off the show. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically after that, I said I wanted to kind of break it off, and then we had like a little argument in bed that they didn't show, obviously. And then yeah, I was like, I basically told the producers, I was like, oh, listen, like, I kind of want to just see, because I haven't talked to anyone else at this point. I was just kind of like, not bored, that's not like the right word, but it's like, I feel like I was like kind of left out.
Secluded.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were paying
secluded.
attention more to people with more in serious
Yeah,
relationships?
that, but also it's just like I didn't get the opportunity to talk to anyone else. So I was like, listen, I want to talk to someone else. Bang, date instantly. The date with Yasmin.
Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay.
What was it? Yasmin?
Yasmin,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Yasmin.
She's actually,
I know you're from Uruguay.
I don't know if you saw, she's actually recently pregnant. Yeah.
From this aired 100 years ago, but from you're the father?
I was literally gonna say that too, is that this is why sometimes reality TV is horrible, you take the heat and stuff, because I said congrats like on her like
Oh,
page.
and everybody.
I said congrats, someone said like, damn bro, that could have been you. All right, like, come on, like, why do you
She
have to say
seemed
that?
cool though.
But
I mean,
no, so she was cool, yeah.
Yeah, personality-wise.
So then people don't know this next part too. So went to her. There's all this story behind it. No one knows. They just see me, bounce and bounce. But it's all good. It's all good. I took the heat. So go on the date, and I'm like, of course. Right before I go on that date, actually, I talked to Hannah off camera, and I told her, I was like, listen, I don't want to be with Courtney anymore. Like, if you want to.
You were aiming for Hannah.
Yeah, I was like.
Did you like her from the beginning?
Yeah, she was on like one of my top choices. I think so was Elise, who I also didn't get to speak to.
But once they, did their thing with other people, you
Yeah.
fell back and you were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
And you have another beauty on,
Didn't get to talk to
It wasn't
Elise,
hard
by the
to
way.
like choose. It's like chocolate with all your favorites.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, kid in the candy store, they like to say.
Right.
Yeah.
So that didn't matter.
Yeah, so basically before the date that I was going on, so I was going to go on the date. They set me up on the date. I knew in my head, I was like, I'm 100% leaving Courtney at this point. So I was like, I might as well ask Hannah behind the scenes real quick. I was like, before I go on this date, you want to do anything, blah, 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 let me know.
What'd she say?
Next thing I know, well, she was being a good friend to Courtney. And she was like,
Oh,
no.
yeah, that's right.
She's like, no, you're with Courtney, blah, blah, blah. Also, side note, they hated doing this. I was like, I took off the mic, and she took off her mic too, and I was like whispering to her. Bah, 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 bah. I'm not supposed to say this part, but just
No,
like, Netflix,
the
let me
mic
off,
guy
please.
came running.
Let me off, please. Basically, yeah.
They knew you took the mic off.
Oh,
Oh,
instantly,
you didn't have to take it off, right? You could just cover it.
What? Oh no, I could have covered it, but I wanted to make sure because this was.
You wanted to make
This was
sure.
some deep shit. This was some deep shit.
Oh, you had a deep shit
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah. I was like.
And they came running like.
I was like, let's do something.
That's how my
You know what I
camera
mean?
guy is. He runs right after you. You eat a cheeseburger, he's a vegetarian. He'll kill you. Don't eat nothing. I'm only kidding. He's so not. He won't even say a word. But what was I gonna say? So you guys were hiding behind what, a palm tree?
I'll speed up the story. So basically, I asked Hannah. I was like, yo, let's do something. She said no because she was being a good friend to Courtney. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go on the date. Go on the date. Yeah, it's nice from her. Hannah, good shit. Went on the date, and then went to Yasmin. And then everyone was shocked. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Then, right after I go with Yasmin, Hannah comes back up to me and she goes, oh, like, I didn't know you were actually like serious. Like, I'm down now. And I was like,
After.
literally right after I went
That
on the date.
probably that's why though. I will guarantee it's because she was like, fuck this, look at this girl, she's hot. Hot girls get other hot girls.
Yeah, so tell me why she did
the
that.
way
Yeah,
of life.
yeah.
You want a hot girl in the bar, bring a hot friend of a girl, and all the girls are gonna look. It's a demented thing. I swear on anything.
So what you're saying?
You
you
want
think she got
to
jealous?
hook up with the hottest girls in the world? Just walk in the bar with the hottest girl. They will look at like you could stand there and you could bring a friend, have a really hot friend, and be like, come with me tonight, because you don't really need to. You're a good-looking bastard. But if you bring a girl in a bar that's hot with you, it's over. As soon as she goes to the bathroom, because the guys I've been with are top fucking tier, so I had to deal with. I came out swinging. You know how many noses I broke?
Oh, I've seen.
Right, and you don't even know what I did growing up. So it was like dating, it's hell. It's really hell. And you would think like, why go through that? Just break up with him. But
I actually like
was
that
young,
from you, by the way, though.
But thank you. But I was more or less like, I'm more or less like you're not even more of a jealous. It was more of like, I'm so prideful. Like I go in the bathroom, you're trying to hook up with my man. I'm beating the fuck out of you straight up.
I honestly
threw
love that.
so many beatings, forget about it. And then like I'm talking beatings, and they never get beat up. These hot girls, they're screaming, "My nose is broken." But you're fucking trying to hook up with my boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
Your nose
Let 'em
should
know.
be fucking broken.
Let them know.
Right. And then my boyfriend was in heaven. I mean, I never thought about it back then. He's probably like, this is so great. My fucking girlfriend comes running out the bathroom. She just caused the melee. And my ex, forget about it. Oh, it's a mess. But you know what? I could have never made it on Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah. So.
Not because I'd be in love in 6 days. It's because I would feel disrespected. So now you're with Uruguay. You go from Uruguay.
Now Hannah says.
Now Hannah says yes,
Okay.
which I knew would happen. But Hannah's a hottie too. So now you're with Hannah.
So then I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, well, in my mind, I was like, I've been telling them that I've kind of like had an eye on Hannah still, but they didn't include that in the entire first part of the show.
So that's really not fair to you either.
Let's go.
It's not though.
Let's go.
Because
Got her
you
on my
like
side.
Hannah, you
Let's
had a
go.
thing for Hannah, no one knows that, and it looks like you're jumping around town.
Exactly.
Which I don't blame you anyway, but I'm just saying that's not fair.
Exactly. So then I was like, all right, screw it. I'm going to just do it. So then I went to Hannah, and I don't know if you saw that scene, but that was like
I saw the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty iconic scene where I just asked Yasmin, can I move into the other bed with Hannah, and just like,
oh,
right.
that was some serious shit.
Yeah,
that's like the scene when I'm sitting in my bed, I'm like.
Yeah, so then after I switched to Hannah, like all my comments were just flooded with so much hate. That was when, it's like how your parents raise you and you're a horrible person and all that stuff.
Boy,
but I did want to ask you, like, how'd you deal with the hate, or like what was like a moment on your show where like you got a lot?
You know what? You see how you said you filmed and it didn't come out till years later? Mm-hmm. Ours was airing while filming. It was.
So it's sort of like Love Island?
So Oh, is that how they do
Yeah,
that?
they do it like current, like edit it and it's up.
Yeah, but no, but they edit and I'll film with you, go home, the episode airs, and I just watched you curse me out. Now I gotta go film with you again. So now they're like, bro, why is Drita leaping over a table to kill someone right now? But they don't realize that I just watched the episode with them. I'm watching it with the fans. Same time during filming. It's the most unheard of thing in history. Nobody does that. No shows. They film. If they were smart, they would follow that Mob Wives way, because it is so antagonistic and horrible.
Yeah.
But it's messed up, because the fans are like, why are you so mad? And you can't say, I just watched the episode. I'm mad because I just saw her, talk shit about me. I gotta go film with her Sunday or whatever. And it is so hard to do. So yours is years later, which is weird, because you're like, I'm over it, and I had 40,000 girlfriends since then. and then mine is like, I'm so aggravated all the time because they're airing it while we're filming. And it also was aggravating because I would film with, like, the girls would watch it and then they would act different to see what the fans like. But as far as hate or
What do you mean,
anything,
like strategize?
right, because then they would be like, oh, they like her because she's a fighter, or maybe I should act more like a fighter. It was like, and then I'm like, you're not even acting like yourself, jerk off, when I'm watching the show.
But you were acting like yourself?
I can't not act like myself. I actually have a really hard time doing that. If I could be fake, I would have chose not to curse and not to assault anyone on national TV. My brother told me I was going to do both within 30 seconds, and I did. But I was like, no, I'm not. It's TV. What are you, crazy? You think I'm going to hit someone on national TV?
What was the worst thing you did?
On the show?
Yeah, you actually like...
Did I actually physically?
Yeah, because I went over the clips. I just saw you
broke one
screaming
of the
in someone's
girls'
face.
ribs. I knocked the other one's...
How do you break a
I
rib?
busted her mouth open, the other one. She was gushing blood from the mouth. Smash with the fucking heel. That's how you break the rib.
Oh, that went... Oh,
No,
so you can't really like film stuff like that nowadays, I feel like.
Well, first of all, people ask me what's the best thing about filming with the Mob Wives, and I always say the same thing. You can beat those girls senseless, break their bones, and they're not suing. They're not calling the police. It's beautiful. I mean, for me, it was beautiful. But I know if they threw me on another show, I would probably lose. I would have to strap my arms, probably. Because, they're putting you in jail. That's good.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about the Mob Wives. That is great. Like, if they take the fucking beating, they get healed, and they come back, and they try to jump you.
But, like, why, though? Why didn't they sue you or anything?
Their father, a lot of the girls I filmed with, their fathers were mad gangsters. It wasn't like make-believe. They were fucking gangsters, the fathers. Somewhat, like, everybody was part of the street life, and like, just calling the cops is like a rat thing to do. That's how we knew,
of course.
But you know what? Also, over a fight, calling the police or putting someone in jail, when you're antagonizing the motherfucker, because it's usually that person that calls the cops. The person that starts to fight with you, you beat them up, they call the police, and then you're in the cell. I mean, I've been put in jail for beating up someone before.
From the show or different time?
No, different person. Oh. But that was a whole other story. I won't even get into that. But when I was in jail for that, I was so mad because I was like, I actually turned myself in. I know they were looking for me, but I went to the jail, I went to the place and I was like, this is bullshit. Like, she fucking called me out, hit me for... How about this? Did you know, I bet you don't know this.
What?
If someone punches you in the face right now, and you beat them up, do you know that you could go to jail? Wouldn't you...
If you keep going after you defended yourself, yeah.
Oh, you knew that? How come I never fucking knew this?
Well, I've been in fights. I've been in fights, too.
I know, but... Oh, so they put you in jail?
No.
No. I never knew this my whole life. I thought if I get hit and like I fight back, I didn't think I'd go to jail for that. So I was telling everyone in the police station, I'm like, hello, there's a video. She was Donkey Kong fucking punching the top of my head. I thought I was gonna go through the ground. She was a giant.
Never that bad.
She was like your
that's
size.
Crazy. Yeah.
I never fight someone my size. It's just not my luck. And if she is my size, she's a kung fu expert. I don't get no fucking luck. It's not like an easy
Sounded
fight.
like you were doing pretty good, though.
No, but it's never. I'm only really good fighter because I had a lot of practice with big motherfuckers. So with the little ones, I'm like, one girl was spinning one time. She did some kind of shit, and I was like, bro. And I don't even use weapons ever. I don't need to, and I wouldn't.
I saw a
But
video of
this
you
bitch,
boxing,
I was
right?
like, she got in a stance. We were in a club, and I looked at my friends, and once she got in the stance, I was like, I said, I think she knows karate. And my friend was like, I think she's spinning. She like threw her leg, and I was like,
Did some
I will
wild
hit
shit?
you with something. Well, no, because I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, I'm not doing kung fu shit right now. We're in a club. I just box.
Yeah. That's what I said. I saw a video of you
Right.
boxing. Yeah, right?
Yeah, I box.
Yeah.
So I was like, and you know, girls, they don't get their face boxed in. And I have boxed in a lot of face, and a lot of pretty girls too. It's a shame. I'll tell you what, one
what you
thing, they
deserve.
cry. They're very dramatic.
Oh, because they don't expect it, right?
Oh,
They
they're
don't
fucking,
expect like.
they act like they're dead. They're gonna die. I'm like, it's just your nose, you know. The only thing I didn't like was when I would be held. Like, you know, when you're being held, other people take advantage and hit. I was being held by security. I was fighting 2 people by myself, and they're holding me. Like, what the fuck you holding me for? You know I'm gonna get hit. This happened to me. I went on a jail visit, same story. I'm the only visitor on earth that gets in a brawl. But I was in a brawl, and the guy's holding me after I beat the girl up. She's up having a field day, fucking punching me. He's holding me. Get the fuck off of me. Yeah, she was jumping up, popping my head. I got to ice pack my fucking head now because there's a knot on it. I went to my house. My mother's like, didn't you visit your husband in jail? I'm like, with an ice pack. I'm like, oh, I had a fight. What? She's like, this is terrible, Drita.
What?
Even in the visiting room? Yeah.
So nowadays you still getting stuff or?
No, I don't want nothing. I don't bother no one. I stay.
So it was
in my
mainly
own
because of
life.
the show.
What? The fight?
Like yeah, the fighting.
No, I've had no. It was definitely not because of the show. I've had way too
Like it
many
instigated
physical-
it. I know you had.
Oh,
like,
that
yeah,
yes.
I know. Well, you
I
said
don't
you got in
wanna
other
fight.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
hate fighting. I just want everyone to be kind and nice, and I want them to treat me the way I treat them. It's a simple process. I don't want to go. I try to quit the show every year. Forget about it. Mob Wives was hell, but we were like in the beginning of social media. You must have blew up quick on social, right?
Oh, it's
Like
instant.
after the show?
It's instant. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not like that for us.
It had to like slowly gain traction.
Instagram opened like what, October 2010, like 3-4 months later, Mob Wives aired. So we were really legitimately started when.
So you really started socials too.
Oh my God, it
so
took
yeah. So as they were growing,
long.
you were as well.
Yes, it took
Wow.
us. I have like over 1 million followers, but it took years to have that.
How'd you sort of like deal with like social media and just in general?
And the truth of the matter is, I did not read shit. I can't. I don't have the temperament for it.
You don't read the comments at all?
I don't read the comments at all. Now, yes, I have a great fan base. It's always positive, and the show is not on. But during Mob Wives, no way. I don't have the. I can't. I'll be like, does this bitch live in Staten Island? I can't deal with it. And people have such a field day. But you know what's funny? A lot of the comments that I would get that like. On like Twitter, you see it right away. You can't hide from it. Instagram, you could ignore the comments. It would always be a fake account. So I'm like, either I beat this person up, or it's my cast. It's my co-star, like someone I'm filming with.
Oh, okay.
They're probably
All
making
right.
fake fucking
Yeah.
accounts because it's not a real account.
Yeah.
So that would happen a lot.
That
But
makes
if I were
sense.
you, anywhere they hate, I would just ignore. I wouldn't even read it. Don't read anything. Your life is healthier if you don't have a bad temper. But if you're the type that doesn't care, or then they made me read things like VH1 said, why don't you read the comments?
They made you read comments?
Well, I had to do this kind of event to talk about, because my social media did very well, especially for the beginning of social media.
Oh yeah, Millie's huge.
So they asked me to go speak on it. And I was in front of all these people on a stage, like as if I'm this speaker. And they were like, how do you do so well? What do you do with the hate comments, like you asked me? And I had to read everything prior to doing this. Mm-hmm. And I said, I look at their page, I find their pictures, and I fucking rip their grandmother apart. I rip it, and then I make them block me. I'm
What,
like,
you
that's
like-
your
you would go
grandmother,
to them
that
and, like,
ugly
message them?
motherfucker? No, like I'll find like they will curse me out, and I'll click their thing, and they have all their photos, and I start ripping on them. And then they block me. The hater blocked me. I made the haters block me.
That's how you know you won though.
Well, that's because I went for the
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 jugular.
grandma. That's the jugular. My brother calls
The
me
grandma
Johnny
is the jugular.
Well, that's why I don't read shit. I can't get.
Yeah. What, like too worked up type of thing?
Yes, because you
Yeah.
can't respond till the hate. It's really hard. People don't understand how hard that is.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
No, it's definitely.
And guys are probably jealous of you, and they're gonna write shit. And then the girls that like you, or someone you probably hooked up with, never called back, and thought she was the love of your life, and because all girls think they're gonna turn your head and make you fall in love, and you get married and shit, because they're delusional.
Yeah.
You're too young, and that's that.
Yeah, some guys are insecure, you're right? Like I've definitely had like got it. The worst is when it's like a guy who's dating a girl, but the girl is a fan, and the guy is just like,
and he's like,
the guy's
"Did she
either like
comment
grabbing
on
his
page?"
girlfriend or like, yeah, grabbing his girlfriend or just
That's
like.
how I had a lot
he's
of
just like-
fights in
he's
clubs.
Just like what? Like,
That's why, seriously. I
What?
had girls come up to me in clubs and tell me I have 5 minutes to leave the club, I swear. And it was because their boyfriends are looking at me. I just want to dance with my friends. Your boyfriend's busted. I ain't even ever going to look at him in life. And you're fucking fighting with me? Like, this girl's like, fight me. I'm like, why are you fighting with me? Because you this ugly motherfucker. I was like, do you really think I think he's attractive? Do you? She's like, you got to leave the club. I'm like, he should leave. How did he get in?
yeah, nah.
You know?
No, don't let him do that.
What the hell?
So out of all that, do you think you'll be on TV again, or just not at all?
Not in that environment, but I have like something coming up that I think my fans will be really happy about. But I'm also working on a scripted series on my life story. So that
Really?
Yeah. Do you act or anything?
No, I try to get into acting at least a little bit,
It's too
but
hard.
yeah, one, even you said you have to know some like people, but then also it's a lot of effort on the person's end, like my end. I feel like I have to go on a bunch of different acting sites, and then
Did you ever go to acting school?
no, I didn't.
I did. You should take acting
Because
classes.
I felt like if I put in the effort to go to the classes and stuff, and I was like, do I really want to do it? And I was like, nah. But
Yeah, you got to be passionate about it.
yeah.
But what are you doing now?
So now, I mean, aside from like the regular social media stuff, like modeling and different like brand deals, I DJ. I've actually been DJing for like almost a year now. So
That's the best thing.
About a year. Yeah. So actually, on Saturday, it'll be after this comes out or before this comes out. But on Saturday, I'm going to the Palace, and I'm DJing at the Palace in New York City.
But are you going to do that a lot, or you're just doing it for
Yeah. Oh no,
Saturday?
that's not the first time I've been there. Yeah.
So anytime you DJ is on your social media, right?
Yeah. So I've been
So
promoting.
everyone just could follow you on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Follow me at Isaac Francis with 2 S's on Instagram, and yeah, on
Oh
TikTok
my God,
as well.
you're DJing. I'm going to come to one of your parties.
Oh, let's go.
I'm coming.
Perfect.
Bro,
Let's go.
I rap.
What?
I rap.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I did a remix. I did a remix with French Montana.
What?
I swear to God, like
What's it called?
when I was younger, everything's a go. And when I was younger, I like really did, like I was a serious like rapper. I really loved rapping.
Oh, look at
But
that.
it was just, that was a tough industry and not for me. Like a lot of times, especially when you're a female, you know, if you don't like bang the producer, you're not doing the music, and that wasn't gonna happen. And that was the same thing with my whole story with the whole acting. So.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get into producing soon. I mean, you don't have to bang me. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you do that.
No,
But-
into producing music?
What? Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's good. But yeah, I mean.
That's smart. And DJing, you're gonna kill it.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I've been doing it for a while. Obviously, yeah, so flown out to do New York, and then I got another show in LA next week.
Oh, so you're traveling with the whole DJing.
Yeah, and then I'm also in the midst of all this, like still, I can't really go into detail yet, but I'm still filming like other
Oh, you are?
unscripted stuff. Yeah, so just look out
Yes.
for that, by the way.
All right, so follow Isaac, and you're gonna see everything he does. You're gonna come back.
Yeah, I'm from the East Coast. I love it here. Absolutely love it here. I live in LA, but I'll be back here.
Peace.
Later.